This is a public service announcement. Do not drink alcohol. It's going to kill you. Let me tell the people one thing. A broken clock is always right 2 times a day.
So that's the plan for tonight. We're gonna have some fun, relax, listen to this guy say stupid shit. We'll have fun. What's up, everybody? So you see that traffic, that's not something I'm super excited about. I hardly ever drive into Mexico for this exact reason. Today though, we have a car, we're leaving it in Mexico, so it's kind of a necessity. Secret to getting into Mexico that's easier, in my opinion. Park, there's $10 parking all over the place in San Diego. Walk your ass across, pay a driver. My driver typically gets $40, drives me over down to South Rosarito. Then you have this car sitting there ready for me to go to other places. But today, we're not in that position, so we're gonna have to kind of eat some dirt and deal with it. And we're gonna go have some fun, play some tennis. I gotta get some business done. The house is finally, the interior decoration's basically done, I think, outside from a handful of things. And excited to see what that looks like. Last time it was there, it was in disarray. It was just beginning the interior decoration process. Probably good dinner tonight, play some tennis, have a couple drinks, and make sure everything's going well. So stay tuned, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Place right here. One of the things you got to see with these scenarios is that visualization that we were talking about earlier has to come through execution. One of the things that that's allowed me to do that is through passive income channels, right? Aside from selling businesses and all that. So I make a reasonable amount of money through merchant services, where people process through me, and/or I have the ability to negotiate people's processing even with them staying with their current processor. And having those passive income sources then allows you to do more things with more time, right? Because it's the point of having it be passive. And if you can do that, you can go into environments like this, live this type of life while still having that passive income and not being basically owned by your job or your profession. Or even as an entrepreneur, sometimes you can be owned by that, right? So I've created ways through my life, which I'm more than happy to share with people, where you can live this life and still have some passive income sources. And there's a variety of ways of doing it. It's not a one-hit wonder situation for me, where a lot of people got lucky and paid a bunch of money doing something passively. So when I was through the merchant service thing, I'm doing another Amazon FBA direct fulfillment thing now, where it's completely managed by somebody else. I'm not dealing with it, so I'm basically funding it through inventory and an initial cost. If it works with this company, then I'm going to scale it up to 5 or 10 stores, and then I'm going to then consult for professional athletes that want to do this as an alternative. I have a friend that's an ex-professional athlete, and he represents professional athletes that want to find other ways to make income outside of real estate and investment portfolios. And so part of the ways of doing that is through passive income. But guess what? I can do that from here. So that's the beauty about doing things like this. So I would definitely stay tuned with a lot. We're going to talk a lot more about that over the upcoming episodes. It's not a sales pitch, it's more, I know people want to learn that stuff, and so I'm more than happy to talk about it. We have a little water fountain here, some obviously all LED lighting in the home. Each room has LED lighting, amazing sunset views, little seating areas, out to the patio, some dirty windows, and then we have interior decorator did an incredible job, as you can tell. Bathrooms back here, 2 closets. Replacing these, but it looks still fairly decent. A shower here, and then a toilet back in the back here. So
spacious.
Yeah, nice. Decent amount of space for a little 2-bedroom condo for sure. And then wander over to this side of the house. You can do all the LED lighting and everything to make it look nice. Wine fridge, kitchen, whiskey, important. Dakota's workshop, making things happen. He's contemplating now what his next move is. You know, we even added a lip to the top of this so that we could hide LED lighting in it, so it just looks a lot cleaner. And then obviously we added Sonos speakers around the whole entire thing. We actually have Sonos speakers outside as well in the sub, so we can even go as far as Alright, so we're gonna go check out the rest of the properties. Let's go.
Mid-game update.
Oh, we're gonna start playing now. We're just warming up, so
A little warm up.
you'll see now it'll be competitive. You'll see him sliding over the place. I'm gonna make him go all over the place on the court, so it'll be a lot of fun. Lights are good. A little windy, so it'll make it interesting. You actually played really well tonight, considering.
It was 4-5. My coordination sucked tonight. Usually, literally at the end of,
You hit 2 left-handers to win it.
I did hit 2 left-handed winners. I want to watch those again.
No, don't. He has to pay for them.
Yeah, $10,
Those
dude.
clips, dude. I'm gonna Nate's clips, and it's gonna have big old Nate's
Yeah,
clips.
right across it.
Exactly.
$20 unlock it to download the file.
There you go, Steve. Business idea.
Yeah.
$100,000 business idea.
Yeah. Every time on the weekend or the weekdays when I get to Friday, my entire mind is just completely fucking destroyed because everything that I'm doing is new.
Yeah.
So I constantly have to use new neural networks in my brain,
Yeah.
which then causes like a lot of fatigue. So there's zero rinse and repeat. It's always a set of new problems I've never seen before, and new automations and new this. And
It's not a bad thing. It's just when it's 24/7 is the problem.
Yeah.
This guy has a like a lead generation workflow software where through social media leads, he puts them into his basically his white labeled custom programming that then puts people through flows via a bot that then can be integrated with a human being and sets appointments for fitness centers. That makes it significantly, 1, less expensive, 2, way more productive, because fitness centers, as I own 2 of them, inherently aren't very good at setting appointments. When they're in the building, then the passion of the business and the people, it's not that they're not good at what they do, they're just not great at getting people in the door, which is the challenge in that world. And he is the expert at it. So he's created something that's basically revolutionary to the industry that people aren't really good at, and it's become quite successful so far. So it's good stuff.
Yeah, our whole little elevator shtick is we capture, nurture, and then deliver a lead to people's front door faster. And that front door could be your electronic front door, or it could be a literal front door, like a brick and mortar location. So capture, nurture, deliver faster, so you don't have to. So it cleans everything up.
Do you have a name for it?
Yeah, speed to lead. speed.
He was in at my place here in Mexico the last 3 weeks. Basically, he knew he had to put his head down and do nothing but work, and that's literally what he did. He left this complex once in 3 weeks, and he's done that to basically have to build the platform. So then when he goes back to his normal life, he has the ability to now grow the business with the right people around him. But he couldn't do that until he put his head down and get his shit straight here. So
yeah, I think if there's anyone too that's just like, I call them like work sprints. So if you're like about to face a work sprint, you have to look at all inputs that's coming in your life. That could be through relationships, through alcohol, Instagram, social media, literally anything. Reading a book, that's an input as well. Then you write down a list of all your inputs, and then basically you try and X off as many inputs as possible so that you could focus on one thing. And isolation helps with that. Obviously, if you're in another country and people hit you up, you can't spend time with them because you're not there. And then it allows you to like really get some like foundational work done. And then when you go back down, you could have something to build upon.
it's not designed to be fun.
Yeah.
The situations are. We talked about this on the way up here. You just got to eat shit and do work. And sometimes, if you have too many inputs, which he does in his world, because he has a million people in his neighborhood and all that, he just chose that this is the best way for him to eliminate those inputs and get to where he needed to be, so he can then start getting after the sales.
There's a really successful hedge fund manager guy, I forget what his name was, but he talks about assiduity. And they're like, what's assiduity? And it's like the ability to sit your ass in the chair for a long period of time and do the work. And a lot of people don't have assiduity. It's like, it's really hard to fucking focus, especially in like today's day and age. Like, we've become so brainwashed to short-term dopamine hooks, 15 to 30 second dopamine hooks.
I think that's also led though people even at his age that like 15 to 30 second in that scenario. So then even professionally, it's like, I don't want to do the ass duty for more than a week.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not being successful after a week. I'm done with this.
Yeah. And then when you have assiduity and it takes years before you break through, literally years. Like I gave myself, I'm gonna do 4 years head down hard work of eating shit and failing, 4 years before I pick my head up and even take an audit of what's happened. So before I take inventory, 4 years. And I'm coming up on, let's see, I'm like coming up on 2 years. Yeah. So I got about 2.5 or so more years before I even go, okay, what's worked, what hasn't worked. And I think and the reason why I did that, the 4-year 2 thing is like, it takes you 4 years to get a degree. So if you want to get a degree in entrepreneurship, I just use the same model. Let me go put my head down for 4 years, get my degree in entrepreneurship, and then see like what skill sets do I have? How can I apply them to add value in a marketplace? That's it.
You're already well past that.
Yeah.
You've already learned entrepreneurship in the last year and a half.
Oh yeah.
You learned that much quicker. But
Yeah.
You're smarter than I was at your age. You put the right people around you.
Yeah.
My ass didn't do that. I told you on the way here today, I did it the wrong way. That's why it took me so much longer.
But
But certain people play, like I said, my father, he played a game which isn't necessarily the wrong game. It isn't the right game for me.
Yeah.
And that was you make 120 grand a year, and that's the most you ever make. Which some people go, well, the numbers don't matter. Well, it fucking does, because I guarantee you, if my father made $500,000 a year, his ass wouldn't have been driving to La Jolla every day.
Yeah.
All right, so done with tennis. Actually, a closer game than I thought with crazy ass wins. Dakota's getting better. I'm not. Dakota hit 2 left-handed cross court winners. It pissed me off a lot. So now he's paying for dinner. Yeah. Here's the background. We're gonna go to a restaurant I really enjoy. It might be a bit chilly tonight. It's on the ocean. It's super windy, called Los Portales. If that gets to be too windy, we'll sneak over to Encanto or Splash. All of them on the ocean, though. Beautiful. Los Portales, we'll have to go in for a drink just because of its architecture. And gonna go enjoy it. Dakota's still binge not drinking, so he's kind of shitty. Miserable.
It's got to be like 78 days.
So he's not my friend anymore.
Yeah. Listen, this is a public service announcement. Do not drink alcohol. It's going to kill you. Let me tell the people one thing. A broken clock is always right 2 times a day.
So that's the plan for tonight. We're gonna have some sufan, relax, listen to this guy say stupid shit. We'll have fun.